Then add a competitive twist by asking them to mark each other's efforts.
This food just wasn't up to scratch.
So the pressure's on.
No, it's going to be a disaster.
As they fight to win a £1,000 cash prize.
It wasn't apple crumble.
Manchester, home to 13 Michelin star restaurants and the venue for this week's competition. It's one of the UK's largest and most vibrant cities, which suits our first host, interior designer Carlos Buller, down to the ground.
Manchester's a really buzzing and happening and fashionable city, and I love it.
Carlos's dad is from Belize and his mum is English. And whilst he's lived here all his life, tonight he's mixing the cuisine from both countries in his menu.
Belizean cuisine is very like fish and chicken and really, really good seafood. But I'm mixing it with a bit of European and a bit of British style, and I think that will make so much of a statement.
And self-assured Carlos is also confident he'll make a statement with his hosting.
The reason I'm a good host is because I know what people want and I know what people expect when they come to eat. And they expect the best and nothing but the best. And I will give them that.
Belizean food mixes the flavours of the Caribbean, Mexico and Spain. And that's reflected in Carlos's starter, red snapper and sweet potato soup.
Red snapper and sweet potato? That's pretty wicked, that.
First on the guest list is extrovert housing officer Susan Brickle.
I do people's heads in at times. Just, I suppose, because I've got too much energy, and especially if people are sort of wanting to chill a little bit, and I'm sort of hyper, go, go, go. Just confirm me your contact telephone number, please. I don't mind people having opinions, and I don't mind listening to their opinions, as long as they don't expect me to join their happy party of opinion, you know.
Fair enough. But someone who does have strong views on food is guest number 2, vegetarian Dan Cumberland.
If people want to eat meat, then maybe I have an opinion that they should be able to sort of kill what they want to eat themselves and at least have done it once and appreciate where it's come from.
Dan's a performing artist.
Distorted breath when I have nothing left.
And he likes his food to be as pure as possible.
I like fresh food that I don't think's been sort of radioactified and chemically enhanced to look good rather than taste good.
So, with Dan as a guest, Carlos will have to make sure he gets the best quality vegetables.
Plantain full of potassium, a really good vegetable to have with your rice and beans. They really go well together. That's why we're having our plantains tonight.
The plantain will accompany his main course, another Belize speciality, chicken with rice, beans and sweet potato.
Sweet potato and plantain, that's disgusting.
Looks like Carlos hasn't impressed his third guest, straight-talking mother of 2 and budding artist, Karen Alton.
I'm incredibly honest. So if I ate something which I didn't like, I wouldn't even eat it. I would actually say, look, I don't like it. I usually upset people.
Well, if Carlos doesn't do a good job tonight, Karen will certainly let him know about it. In keeping with his Central American theme, our host is serving pineapple and banana crumble with grated nutmeg and cream.
Oh, yeah, it's quite straightforward, but I quite like the idea of bananas and pineapples together and in the crumble.
Carlos's final guest is 30-year-old nightclub manager Stuart Burke.
I would describe myself as flamboyant, outgoing, lively, character.
And not much of a cocktail maker. Still, at least he claims to be something of a foodie, and like Karen, he says what he thinks, all right.
Yeah, I'm very critical. I love cooking. I'm passionate about it. I love the different flavours, the different textures, the smells, and putting concoctions together that maybe no one else would do.
Well, it sounds like you might have some tough competition here, Carlos. But our super confident host isn't doing anything by halves. He's decided to serve an extra refresher course of sorbet after the starter, and he needs to get cracking with it so it has time to freeze.
So the reason why we're having the sorbet is because the fish is quite strong. The red snapper is a very strong fish, very, very overpowering sometimes. So we need to kill the taste of the fish. So we're having the sorbet to cleanse the palate.
To make the sorbet, Carlos places a tray of ice in a blender, adds half a carton of pineapple juice and half of mango juice. He then whizzes until smooth. Now he places it in the freezer to set in time for tonight. Next, Carlos begins preparation for his main course of Belizean chicken.
So when I was a child, and I used to watch my father cook, and it was so good. It was always so tasty, and I used to say, "God, Dad, how did you get that taste? How did you get that gorgeous taste?" And he used to say, "Watch me and learn, and then you'll get the taste." I've been cooking Belizean food ever since, basically, since it was about 13, 14 I started cooking.
And he's hoping all that experience will help him bag that £1,000 prize.
And the reason why I'm washing this chicken is to kill all the bacteria. And I always wash it anyway, because normally the butchers don't tend to rinse and wash meat properly, and I like to do it myself, always. It's just a regular thing I like to do.
He's made all tonight's menu many times before and cooks on instinct, so doesn't worry about measuring his ingredients. First, he adds some mixed herbs and chicken seasoning. Then he adds a dash of lemon. Next, a chopped onion, a clove of garlic and some fresh ginger before giving it a good old stir.
Normally you would leave this overnight because it always tastes better if you marinate. It's like a curry. Curry's always better when you cook it the day before. It brings out all the flavour and all the taste. But this will just be as tasty because it's marinating all day.
With the chicken marinating, interior designer and single man Carlos has time to show us round his small, but in his eyes, perfectly formed flat.
You normally see these sort of chandeliers in grand, stately homes or mansions, but this is a little ex-council flat in Withington, in the south of Manchester, and I'm making it my little castle. This is my home, this is my castle. I think this wallpaper here speaks for itself. Bold, very interesting and different. This mirror lends itself to the room. I think it works so well in the room because of the design of it and because of the gilt washed finish.
Carlos, have you ever heard of the saying, less is more?
Well, welcome to my bedroom.
Obviously not.
It's a bit boudoirish, it's sort of like Westwoodish. I didn't want any wallpaper in this room. I just wanted to drape the walls. It's very soothing, very healing, and I can feel 100% relaxed in here. I spend my money on clothes because I like designer clothes. Every time I wear this jacket, people think, oh, you've got paint on your sleeve, but this is actually the designer, how he's done that deliberately. And I like that, because I wait for people to say, you've got paint on your sleeve, you've got paint on your sleeve, and I just think, it's the design of the jacket, come on, get real.
It may be the design of the jacket, but Carlos, whichever way you look at it, that is paint on your sleeve. Come on, the guests will be here in 2 hours, and it's time for you to concentrate on your cooking style. Carlos needs to tackle the red snapper and sweet potato soup.
My father used to always say that red snapper was the best fish to work with, which has got a really great medium to strong flavour, and it's not too overpowering, really. There's some salt, some olive oil, and some black pepper, just a sprinkle. It's simple, but the taste is in the fish. The soup is quite really gorgeous.
Carlos squeezes the juice of a lime over the fish and seals it in foil before placing it in the oven at 180 degrees for half an hour. Next, he prepares the vegetables for the base of the soup.
It's very easy if there is any vegetarian diners when you're cooking this dish, because it's so easy just to take the vegetables out before you add the fish.
He peels and chops a sweet potato, an onion, a green pepper and a red pepper.
I'm removing the seeds because they tend to have a bitter taste, and we don't want that in our soup.
Carlos places all the vegetables in a pan of boiling water for about 20 minutes before checking on the snapper.
You can see it's going slightly golden. You would think red snapper would be red on the inside as well, but this is gorgeous. I'm going to burn the top golden brown because I want the taste of the burnt taste in the soup slightly, not overly done, just a slight taste of the burnt.
To do this, Carlos puts the fish under a hot grill for 5 minutes. When it's browned, he finishes the soup by blending the fish with the veg for 30 seconds.
I don't need to taste it, that's done. It will taste amazing.
Well, let's hope your confidence is justified. It's your guests who'll decide if it's a good enough dinner party to win that £1,000.
A bad dinner party for me would be really loud music, really poor food, and everyone being really drunk.
I hate confrontation and just bad vibes.
Hope Carlos does as well. One thing's for sure, tonight's venue won't be dull.
I think the way you serve is very important. I like the colour. If you look at the aubergine and the purple, we're going for continuing the purple on.
Nice thinking, Carlos. Like it. With an hour to go, he seems to have everything under control. Next job is finishing the main course. The chicken's marinated and now needs to be cooked. First, he heats some olive oil in a frying pan and combines with a knob of unsalted butter. Then he adds the chicken fillets and fries for 5 minutes.
I've never taken anything, any ingredients, any recipes from a cookbook.
So he can judge by eye that he needs a few shakes of sugar to go on the chicken. Next, Carlos adds a few squirts of tomato puree, some jerk seasoning, and just the right amount of water to his marinade.
And when you stir, always stir with love. Never stir hard, just stir gently.
After a loving stir, he mixes the marinade with the chicken, but it's not finished yet. Carlos now adds 2 sliced peppers.
Gorgeous, aren't they? Look at the colour. It's real, it's very uplifting to work with such gorgeous vegetables and fruits. It's so nice, it uplifts me so much.
Yeah, it is cooking, Carlos, not interior design. Finally, he leaves the dish to stew for 40 minutes. If cooking by eye scares you, then you can find some more accurate measurements for Carlos's recipes on the Channel 4 website. It's 6 p.m. and he's nearly there. There's just time to make the pineapple and banana crumble.
And what we're going to just do basically is fry off lightly the pineapple on the heat, stew them. And then we're going to take bananas. My mum used to love apple crumble. So I thought, oh, my mum loves apple crumble. My father's from the Caribbean. I come up with my own pineapple and banana crumble, and it really, really works.
He adds a dash of lime, some sugar, and the bananas, and fries for a further 5 minutes. To make the crumble topping, Carlos mixes some plain flour, sugar, unsalted butter and nutmeg. And once again, our self-assured host's so familiar with the dish, he doesn't need measurements.
I'm going to win this. I know so. I'm going to win it.
Oh, aren't you the confident one? Carlos will add the finishing touches to the dish when the guests arrive. So the kitchen prep's complete, and there's just time for Carlos to get changed.
I'm ready to rock. I'm ready to rumble. I'm ready, yeah. Of course I am.
That might look like a plain old grey T-shirt, but rest assured it cost a ruddy fortune. It's 6:30, and the first guest is bang on time.
Hello, come on in. What's your name?
Karen.
Hi, Karen and Carlos.
Karen's followed in quick succession by Susan.
I'm sorry about my knocker. Hiya, how are you? Come on in. How are you?
I'm Susan.
Carlos, how
Nice to meet you.
Next is Veggie Dan.
you are. Hello, mate. What's your name?
My name's Dan.
Carlos. Dan.
And then Foodie Stewart.
Hiya, Carlos. Nice one. Come on in, meet everybody. Say hello.
Tonight, interior designer Carlos Buller is hosting a dinner party for 4 complete strangers. They're all battling to win £1,000 in cash.
That's good. That's really good.
And Carlos hopes to snatch the prize with some exotic food influenced by his father's homeland, Belize. While their host is busy in the kitchen with the cooking, his guests enjoy a nose around his flat.
Sexy.
Oh, wow.
Sexy beast.
It's very fabulous, I think. It's, ornate and the big mirrors, the flowers. You can tell he's an interior designer, definitely. It's quite out there.
Don't you reckon that this normally lives in the bedroom?
I could imagine living like this when I was a student. Yeah, but it's nice, it's nice. Intimate, it's close.
No, I couldn't live like this at all. I think it goes with Carlos's personality and the impression I've got of him so far. I like my creature comforts.
So, Carlos's taste isn't for Karen, but time's up on the snooping. His equally flamboyant Belizean food is now ready, starting with red snapper and sweet potato soup. Dan has a veggie version, without the fish.
Would you like some?
No, it's fine, thank
No,
you.
you've seasoned it perfectly. It's lovely.
Yeah, that's delicious,
You've
mate.
done us proud, mate.
Very nice.
You don't sound convincing, Karen. And confident Carlos isn't used to people disliking his food.
Is this something?
How'd you like it the first time that you had red snapper?
It's a very fishy fish. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
No,
absolutely.
It is nice. I think I would have loved to have tasted red snapper as a fish on its own. I was expecting more of a chowder type soup, so I was quite disappointed.
Even though it had a fishy taste, it could have been any fish. It could have been cod, it could have been rock. I don't think it was particularly the red snapper that had anything. It was the texture. It was just it was like porridge.
I think one of the people at my table tonight didn't like the soup. That's the impression I got, and that's the vibe I felt, really. But it's cool, it's great.
I wasn't even disappointed that I was missing out on an ingredient.
Dan mocked up with bread and everything.
I did,
He was close to licking the bowl there, mate.
Well,
I've seen it.
I don't like to see a bit go waste there. I like the texture and flavour of the soup, and it worked really well. I especially like the fact that I had a different dish to everybody else, and it was bright orange where theirs was a funny sort of bland colour.
Maybe the taste of Belize is just too exotic for some of his guests. Let's hope the refresher course of pineapple and mango sorbet fares better.
See, Carlos, you're cheating, really.
Yeah, Carlos.
Because we were asked for three.
Futsal.
We were asked for 3 courses.
Come on, Gary,
You've
let's play
done
futsal.
4 courses. You're just outdoing us.
Just sneaked a little bit course.
I've seen it coming.
It wasn't intentional, I just think it works.
Once again, Karen isn't enjoying the food, and it's really starting to irritate the host.
How was the sorbet? You're not a great lover of sorbet.
Yeah, I do like
Don't you think
sorbet.
it works in between courses, or...?
I do, but it was too tarty,
Okay.
citrusy for me.
But that, it's supposed to be.
Yeah.
That's the whole point.
Carlos, you really are quite precious over your cooking, aren't you? Leave Karen alone.
No, I do normally like sorbets, but they tend to be creamier. I like the creamier one.
Okay.
It is sort of like crushed ice, isn't it, with fruit juice?
Yeah. It is, yeah. Absolutely.
That's sorbet.
The sorbet tasted really tarty. You could really taste the citrus fruits, and it looked like it was just crushed up ice with a flavouring.
Well, doesn't Stuart sound like the food critic? Then again, it was a dish of fruity ice, so he does have a point.
I feel like everything's going really well.
Ooh, are you sure about that? If he's to win that £1,000, he's going to have to do something pretty special with the main. He needs to finish his chicken dish by frying the plantain.
You cannot, definitely not, have it raw. It needs to be cooked. And I'm just going to place it as it is, in the oil. Plantain is a really, really good for you. Think of all the potassium, all the goodness.
Carlos's main course is traditional Belize chicken with rice beans, sweet potato and plantain. Dan will be tucking into a vegetable stew.
If it's not hot enough, this is West Indian hot pepper sauce, and we always have it.
Oh, wow.
It is very, very
Just
hot.
to spice up.
Do you like spicy food?
I like all food. Not the spice.
But you like a bit of spice in your life.
Spice in my life. Absolutely.
Have you got spice in your life?
Spice.
No, not yet.
Not yet.
Hey, baby. Bon appetit, guys.
Thank you.
Enjoy.
Yeah, plantain's amazing.
Well, thank goodness. Looks like Carlos has chilled out a bit and is leaving his guests to enjoy the food. Even Karen seems to be won over by the plantain.
I enjoyed the rice and the beans. I like those. I've never had plantain or plantain, however you pronounce it, before, and that was really tasty. I quite enjoyed that. So that to me was the highlight of the meal.
The chicken was tender and the spicing was amazing, and the plantain was really, really nice, complemented it really nicely.
I did like the main course, but I think serving it with the rice and the kidney beans, I'd have done something a bit more adventurous.
So the main might have gone down better than the starter with the others, but it seems Foodie Stuart is a tough man to please. But there's still time for Carlos to win him over with his Caribbean-style crumble.
And there we have our dessert.
He needs to cook the crumble for 25 minutes. But hold on, Carlos, isn't that a mixing bowl you're putting in a hot oven?
Yeah, I'm excited like Stuart about the crumble. It was the one thing I saw on the menu and went, yeah, I like crumble.
Yeah, me
You
likes
got me on the winner there, yeah.
People automatically think crumble. Well, why can't you add any kind of fruit to
Well,
crumble?
of course you can.
I mean, why not be
I do like
adventurous? Why not
rhubarb.
be a bit more fusion? Why not be a bit more interested?
Fusion.
You said before, you
I
said...
think rhubarb's interesting.
Oh, but then you can't have
actually.
pineapple crumble, but didn't you? You said that to me before, and I want you to say that again when you try it.
Oh, he's at it again. Carlos definitely seems to have it in for Karen. Luckily, dessert takes him away from the table.
Oh dear, look what's happened here. It was supposed to be a heat-resistant bowl. No need to get
Yeah,
away.
it was a mixing bowl. I knew it. That's a shame. After all that interest, looks like the crumble's in the bin.
Just when I thought the evening was perfect, we had a bit of a disaster. But it's okay. It's just cracked. So there's nothing wrong with the actual crumble.
What? You're still going to serve it? Carlos has checked the dessert and is convinced there's no glass, but if this happens to you at home, then please play safe and throw it away. So, dessert is pineapple and banana crumble with fresh cream and hopefully no added extras. And guess who Carlos is hounding?
Mum used to give me
How do you find it?
wonderful and...
I mean, you were a bit curious as to... No, before you were quite curious as crumble, it should be sort of like made with apples.
Do you want my honest opinion?
Yes.
I like
Absolutely.
the crumble, but I don't like the pineapple with it. It's not my cup of tea.
Right, okay, cool. You don't look like you've enjoyed yourself this evening. You look like you've been uncomfortable to me.
I've had a very good time. I really have.
Carlos is just like myself. He's a monster, total gregarious monster. And Karen's a bit of a quieter character, which I think once you draw her out of herself will be astounding.
I don't think we got on too well tonight, Karen and I. She was not very comfortable, and she didn't come across as very at ease with everybody.
I don't think Carlos liked me. I think he was angling from the offset not to like me, which I don't understand why.
Here's a top tip for you, Karen. Don't criticise Carlos's food. With the night over, it's time for the guests' marks out of 10.
I'm going to give Carlos an 8 because we had a fantastic time, wonderful evening. The only thing that let him down was the crumble, and there you go.
I'm going to give Carlos a 7. I think he was a very attentive host, and I think he made me feel very welcome as a vegetarian diner.
Tonight I give Carlos a 4. I don't think he went to that much trouble particularly. I only enjoyed one of the dishes, and the whole atmosphere of the house was quite overpowering and not my cup of tea.
I'm going to give Carlos a 5 because I think the hosting and his food just wasn't up to scratch.
That's pretty generous, Karen, considering. But nevertheless, that confrontation has cost Carlos points, and he scores a lowly 24. We're in Manchester, and it's day 2 in the battle between our culinary competitors. First up was flashy interior designer Carlos Buller. He tried to dazzle his guests with an exotic Belizean meal.
I just thought it was a porridge of a soup. It wasn't appealing at all, and it didn't seem like a lot of effort went into it.
The other diners were equally unimpressed, and Carlos notched a distinctly undazzling 24 out of 40. Today, 37-year-old housing officer and local lass Susan Brickle hopes her relaxed approach to entertaining will put her into the lead.
My cooking style is a bit haphazard and a bit bish-bosh and bang and what have you. I suppose it comes from all them evenings of getting a bit sloshed and cooking for my friends instead of kebab, really.
Next up, on Wednesday, will be vegetarian Dan Cumberland.
I think a lot of time people don't maybe appreciate that they're eating an animal.
Followed by confident contemporary artist Karen Alton.
I like throwing dinner parties because I like showing off, but I'm able to show off because I'm a good cook. I know I'm a good cook.
And ending the week will be Tell It Like It Is foodie Stuart Burke.
Giving praise is a good thing, but also I think telling people where they've gone wrong is benefiting them.
Stuart's not the only straight talker in the group. Last night, Karen fell out with Carlos when she told him she didn't like his food.
Does it work?
Do you want my honest opinion?
Yes.
I like the
Absolutely.
crumble, but I don't like the pineapple with it. It's not my cup of tea. I looked like I wasn't enjoying the food. Carlos took that as a way of saying I wasn't having fun.
To me, Karen last night came across as very stuck up. I seen a lot of tension last night, like a volcano ready to erupt.
I think Karen told it as it was and Carlos didn't like it. And even though they bounced off of each other, I just think it got more heated than it needed to be.
But not only were there clashes between Carlos and Karen, Susan didn't make the best impression either.
I'm going to hate myself tomorrow. I suppose I had far too much alcohol.
Last night, I think it was rude, the fact that she got so drunk and she took over the night. She took the show over. It was Come Dine with Sue, not Come Dine with me.
So, Susan has a lot of ground to make up, but she hopes her menu, inspired by Greece, her favourite holiday destination, will put her guests in a party mood.
Just wanted to make everybody feel a bit like they were sort of on holiday, really, and having fun.
Susan, who lives with her partner, regularly cooks for family and friends, but has never hosted a formal dinner party before. and she's making life extra difficult by kicking off with a dish she's never made before. Stuffed vine leaves in a rich tomato sauce.
I thought Sue would do more of a traditional northern dish, and she's a Manc girl through and through.
There's nothing unusual to me, this. It's just OK.
The guests might be unimpressed with her menu, but she loves Greek food so much that she only wants to cook with the finest ingredients, and she knows just where to get them. Her local Greek restaurant.
Hiya.
Susan, how are you?
I'm good. Oh, thanks.
We've got your vine leaves for you.
Oh, you're a star.
Yeah, all the way from California. Nice big vine leaves. These are soaked in brine in a salt water to preserve them, opposed to the ones in Greece, which are not as good quality as these.
Oh,
there you go.
Thank you.
Have a good time.
Oh, I will. And I'm going to win for you.
Well, that's the starter sorted, and it's on to the main course. Susan is making a dish she regularly cooks, moussaka, and she's going to serve it with roasted Mediterranean vegetables and a mixed leaf salad.
Moussaka, it is one of my favourite dishes.
Nothing too challenging on the palate and nothing too confrontational in terms of food.
It's not the sort of thing I'd order in a restaurant.
Next, Susan needs an authentic Greek cheese to sprinkle on top of her moussaka. But the hangover's already kicking in, and she can't remember what it's called.
There's this Greek cheese, and it begins with a kicking K. It's
Kicking car.
He's not a 5-year-old.
hard cheese, but
Caflateri.
that's probably the one. I knew you'd know.
I haven't got caflateri. I have got an alternative that I think would do the job very nicely for you.
I trust you.
Would you
I'm
like-
in your hands.
Would you like to try it?
I would. Thank you very much. Oh, wow. I like the texture of that. That'll work for me.
That'll work,
No,
can't
it's
it?
gorge. It's
Good
beautiful.
There we go, madame.
Thanks
Thank you so much
ever
for your
so
business.
much.
Have a lovely evening.
Back to the house, Susan makes a start on the most difficult part of the meal, the stuffed vine leaves.
I'm going to be honest, I haven't done it with vine leaves ever. I've done it sort of with cabbage leaves, but it was a walnut cheese dolma type thing.
In a bowl, Susan mixes together chopped red onions, sun-dried tomatoes and pine nuts.
Just smashing these pine nuts up so that we don't get big chunks.
She then adds rice. She likes improvising, so it's not the one recommended in the recipe books.
Now, I was told to put pudding rice in this, but I got basmati instead, so it may taste a little bit different, but...
Well, let's hope it doesn't taste too different. Next, Susan adds fresh chopped herbs, and then lots of lemon juice and olive oil.
Oops.
The mixture is spooned out and placed in the centre of a leaf.
Now, apparently, you do it vein side up.
And then rolled into small parcels.
Hopefully, it's something different that I've not tried before.
Once they're all rolled, she covers with flat vine leaves. Adds a dash of olive oil and a good squeeze of lemon juice.
Now, what I've got to do is cover them with a bit of water,
And then places a saucer on top.
just so they don't unravel, basically. Give a bit of weight on there. I'm just going to leave them to simmer for an hour.
Easy. Maybe she is over the hangover. And for the last course, Susan will be serving up a dessert of slow-roasted honey-glazed figs, accompanied by her old-time favourite, Metaxa brandy ice cream.
I'm sure I shall enjoy seeing what Metaxa ice cream will taste like.
I've never had figs roasted.
Figs always reminds me of going to the toilet and keeping... It reminds me of old people.
Thanks for that, Stuart. There had to be one. Moving on, Susan starts the ice cream for the dessert, a dish she's made many times before. She adds vanilla pods to half a tub of double cream and slowly heats up. She then adds just the right amount of sugar and stirs until it's dissolved.
Got to melt your sugar here or you're going to get a coarse texture. I'm going to put the alcohol in now. This is the good bit. I don't want to boil this because if I boil it, it's going to be disgusting.
Once the sugar's dissolved, leave the pan on the side to cool down. Susan's top tip to stop the mixture cooking is to carefully place the pan in a bowl of cold water.
Oops. Ah. Oh, well.
Finally, Susan whisks the remaining double cream, adds half a tub of yoghurt, and then strains out the pods from the syrup into this new mixture.
It's going to cool really slowly and crystallise. But I'm going to have to churn it and look after this like a baby for about 4 hours.
She'll prepare and cook the figs just before serving. With the desserts carefully tucked away, Susan takes us on a tour of her house, and guess what? It's as scatty as she is.
I think Sue's house is going to be very well kept, very tidy.
Oh, this is really funny, because this is me, like, outfits for the week all strewn about.
Just the way she is, I think it'll be a bit scatty all over the place. I think I think it's probably going to be hectic.
But, hey, me lights, now, I'm really impressed with these, because I actually made these myself. I didn't make that one.
I think she's going to have a very homely feeling home, and I think it's going to feel very comfortable and very lived in.
And when I'm feeling very disco-y, I shine them on there, and we do disco funked up situation in the bedroom, which seems quite strange, but it's whatever rocks your boat.
Well, as long as it rocks your boat, Susan. Back in the kitchen, Susan's only got an hour to go before her guests arrive, and she still has lots of work to do. But what about the vine leaves? They've been bubbling away for over an hour. It looks like our hungover host has forgotten about them. Instead, she starts on the moussaka.
Now is moussaka time.
It's a traditional Greek dish made by alternating layers of meat with aubergine and topped with a creamy cheese sauce. For the meat part of the dish, Susan adds the chopped garlic and onions to a pan. She adds minced lamb steaks and stirs.
Now, I've not put too much olive oil in this. It looks quite disgusting, actually.
Susan slices one red and one orange pepper.
It's just a lot of chopping, really.
And then adds them to the meat mixture.
These, they're little tiny tomatoes.
She adds those as well as a tin of tomatoes to the mix and leaves it to simmer gently on a low heat.
Really, you don't have to cook it that long. When really the cooking's going to happen is in the oven.
In another pan, Susan begins the white roux sauce. She adds butter, and again, all these measurements are done by eye.
Yeah, just chuck everything in again.
Then flour and stirs.
If you don't cook the flour, you get the flour taste in your sauce, and it doesn't taste very appetising.
Slowly, she adds milk and stirs into a smooth sauce.
Bit by bit, and you can see it thickening up.
Susan likes a rich sauce, so as a twist, she's adding one of her favourite ingredients, Greek feta cheese.
So I'll do it slash bang wallop. Big chunks of feta folded in, because when it cooks in the oven, you get a big pocket of sort of cheesiness, and it's just like really nice.
Well, let's hope your guests like that much cheese. On to the layering.
I'm just slicing the aubergines just so that it gives, it's a decent sort of thickness.
So, with minutes left, how is today's host feeling?
Time is getting on, and I am starting to get a bit nervous now. When you've got guests and you're being sort of judged on it, it does up the ante a little bit, really.
Susan pours over her creamy feta cheese sauce. Mmm, appetising. And to top it off, she sprinkles it with more cheese! The moussaka only takes 40 minutes to cook, but she decides to put them in before her guests arrive.
JD, job done.
Meanwhile, the vine leaves have been cooking for 2 hours, but Susan's still forgotten about them, and instead she's setting the table.
I suppose my style is a bit eclectic, really. I suppose it's like, suck it and see, Yeah, these pom-pom jobbies will do. Nice peony. Hope there's no beasties in them. We're sorted. I think that works.
With only 5 minutes to get ready, Susan's guests arrive bang on time. Susan, the vine leaves.
Sorry to keep you waiting.
Her first caller is contemporary artist Karen.
Babes, and you look beautiful. Thank you.
Followed by straight-talking Stuart. Then Veggie Dan.
It's lovely.
How do?
And last but by no means least, flashy interior designer Carlos.
Are you okay?
Tonight, scatty housing officer Susan Brickle is entertaining 4 people who'll be marking her cooking. They're also playing host, and at the end of the week,
They look absolutely foul. It will taste nice, it just won't look as good as I really wanted it to look.
She's completely forgotten about the vine leaves. The moussaka's been cooking for 2 hours, and she hasn't even started on the veg yet.
I've lost my dish. How can you lose a big Pyrex dish? I don't know where my dish is to do it.
Whilst Susan stresses out in the kitchen, her guests go for a snoop around her house.
The antique look with disco ball. Every house should have one.
I can quite imagine her having a disco ball. She's a bit of a disco diva, really, isn't she?
Yeah, I can imagine her having her handbag and dancing around it in this room, directing the light onto the... She's a barn pot.
Love the mosaic, absolutely wonderful, very uplifting, very Mediterranean, very...
Yes, designer Carlos?
Pleasurable.
Here.
Back in the kitchen, she's finally taken the vine leaves off the stove. They should have simmered gently for an hour. Instead, they've boiled away vigorously for 2.
No, don't say. Oh! The bottom of the pan's burnt. Oh, my God. Right.
I don't like saying it, Susan, but I told you so.
Right, basically, if you can see, the burn underneath. So that's an absolute catastrophe, but if they only think they're going to have one, and I have that one, they won't know. So...
Ooh, a cunning plan. There's just enough unburnt vine leaves to go around.
Yeah, that'll hide a multitude of sins.
But will she get away with it? After rescuing the dish, Susan finally serves stuffed vine leaves, disguised by tomato and basil sauce. If you think you can do better with this recipe, you can find it on the Channel 4 website.
It's not cold. It's not the large. What's good for you?
I know there is an order.
Is that in anyone's way? I'll stick it down there. There you go.
I'd just like to say, Susan, the sauce is lovely.
Absolutely amazing, really, really good.
You like that?
Yeah.
OK, so we know what Carlos thinks, but do the others agree?
They weren't fantastic or incredible, but they worked really well, and it was nice and light, and I liked the tomato sauce.
The tomatoes were really sharp. The stuffed vine leaves fell apart. The rice was not very nice at all.
OK, so kind of getting away with it, but Susan seems intent on shooting herself in the foot.
You should have had 2 each. And what's happened, and you'll see for mine, right, is because they were cooking for so long on the bottom. So yous lot didn't get a dodge one. Yous lot got the good ones.
She didn't need that level of honesty. And I think her doing that and opening herself up to that has created that, her own stress.
It was only when I opened and I went, oh my God.
You can disguise anything that's happened that maybe you're not so happy with if you just go with it and work with what you've got.
I thought it was pretty terrible. I could tell that it had been burnt. You could tell that the leaves were burnt. It wasn't very nice.
And after all the fuss with the vine leaves, she's only gone and forgotten about the moussaka.
It's just totally sort of destroyed, I think. And I forgot about it with one thing and another. Right, that's the veggie one. It just looks really hideous, which is the worst thing. There's nothing I can do to sort of like make it sort of like, I can't scrape off the black bits or anything. So it's going out as it is.
Is the £1,000 slipping further out of her grasp? For the main course, Susan is serving a very well-cooked moussaka, and instead of meat, Dan is having a veggie one. But sadly, she's had no time to prepare the vegetables and salad. And once again, she piles on the pain by admitting to her mistakes.
I'm really sorry about this, people. This has really been destroyed. Well, the top, to be fair, it looks hideous. But it probably will taste all right.
Roasted vegetables are the best when they're burnt, to me. They have to be burnt.
Are you winding me up? No, really?
No, not honestly.
Really?
Burnt.
No, I'm not going to roasted vegetables because I didn't have time. I'm going to just do salad.
I mean, it doesn't look burnt to me. It looks fantastic.
You can't all sit here and say that it's the best burnt.
When you look into it,
Yeah.
it's actually not
But
burnt.
no one's looked into it, Suze. Everyone's saying to me, no, you've got to try it. You've got to try it.
Right, yeah.
You see what I mean? It's not actually... I mean, if you'd want to leave it, I totally understand.
Come on. No,
I don't want to
try it.
I just want to put mine on the plate, if that's okay.
Actually,
I'm fine.
Actually, that's what I should have done. If I would have done that, it wouldn't have looked so crap.
That's hot, isn't it?
Can I say,
You're feeling that.
It doesn't really matter how it's presented.
Yes.
Yeah,
that was hot.
I'll be back round here for this anyway.
Well, you love
Yeah.
Omega
I will
soy.
definitely back to your house on Mazaka.
Oh, good old Carlos. At least he's trying to be a gentleman and spare her blushes. But what do the other guests have to say about the overcooked main course?
The main course. Bless her. I think she needs to learn to live on the fly a bit more. Does our Susan?
I'm not even sure what it was. What was it supposed to be?
The moussaka was too rich. It was oily.
It was awful. There was oil all through it. I wouldn't have served it to my dog.
So the night hasn't exactly been running smoothly for Susan, and finally it all gets a bit too much.
Take a few deep breaths.
Sorry.
Don't worry about it.
Don't worry, girl. Express yourself. Express yourself. It's you, and it's real.
I misjudged like the timing, and I sort of think that it flummoxed me a little bit, really.
After Carlos and Karen reassure her, she bravely returns to the kitchen to serve up her pride and joy, her last chance to make up lost ground. She's quartered the figs and placed in ramekins, sprinkled on a few almonds, drizzled with honey, and then placed in the oven for 15 minutes. For dessert, Susan serves roasted honey-glazed figs with toasted almonds and Metaxa brandy ice cream.
My brain just wouldn't let me go back to sleep until I've committed it.
Oh, I like the smell crumbly thing.
Mm-hmm.
Have you made this ice cream yourself then, Susan?
Mm-hmm.
From scratch? Mm-hmm. Wow, that's a bit impressive, isn't it?
Wow.
But once again, she's her own worst enemy, this time admitting to a mistake no one's even noticed.
And it's got some funny name brandy in it.
Yeah, Metaxa brandy. But I must confess, I couldn't get any Metaxa, so it's got Courvoisier in there.
Oh, I see.
Instead.
Well, we did that.
I didn't think it was going to be my cup of tea at all when I saw the figs and stuff, but it's good. It's good.
I'm really chuffed that you like it.
Well, at least one course got the thumbs up from Stuart. Let's see if she wins the sympathy vote when it comes to the scores. The mark to beat is Carlos's 24.
I think Susan crumbled. I think it went really badly.
I think she put her heart and soul into it.
She panicked and she was worried, and it went a bit pear-shaped.
It was the mother of all muck-ups, basically.
I'm going to give Sue a 6. The reason is I think the main course let her down.
Tonight, for Susan's dinner party, I'm going to give her a 5.
She didn't give it all of her best. She didn't give it all what she was capable of.
If that was me, I would not show my face again, probably. It was really bad.
Sadly, the pressure of cooking her tricky 3-course menu for 4 demanding guests was all too much for Susan, and she scores just 19 points. It's the midway point in our culinary competition in the vibrant city of Manchester. On Monday, flamboyant 42-year-old interior designer Carlos Buller was first to serve up.
You don't look like you've enjoyed yourself this evening. You look like you've been uncomfortable to me.
But it seemed Carlos got stuck into Karen rather than into his night, as the group scored him a less than flamboyant 24 points. On Tuesday, call centre girl and true Manc Susan Brickle was hoping to dazzle her guests with fine Greek cuisine. But instead, she served up a Greek tragedy.
Oh, the bottom of the pan's burnt. Last night was sort of the mother of all mess-ups sort of thing.
Yep, and her guests definitely agreed, scoring Susan a poor 19 out of 40. Tonight, it's the turn of off-the-wall performance artist and vegetarian Dan Cumberland.
I'm not sure what my guests can expect tonight, because I'm not sure what to expect myself yet.
And on Thursday, super confident Karen Alton, well, is exactly that.
I don't think I've got any problems in winning this competition.
While nightclub manager Stuart Burke is hoping that the best will be last. Yesterday, Susan had a culinary nightmare.
I thought it'd be home cooking with a Greek twist, and as it happens, it was just a Greek twist.
Not only did she burn her food, but she piled on the misery by owning up to it.
I'm really sorry about this, people. This has really been destroyed.
When somebody apologises for something before you eat it, you're automatically put into a negative frame of mind.
It looks hideous, but it probably will taste all right.
Luckily, at least Carlos appeared to enjoy the meal.
I'll be back round there for this anyway.
Will you, love?
Yeah.
I guess so.
Definitely back to your house on Mazaka.
But Karen was not convinced.
Carlos, I find, changes a lot. It sometimes comes across as a bit false and pretentious, and his moods.
We don't gel, we don't click, we don't get on too well, really.
And it wasn't long before the pressure got to Susan.
If I would have seen someone crying like me last night, I would have gone, soft. It's a meal, for sake. Do you know what I mean?
Oh, what a charmer. But it's a meal with £1,000 at stake, so let's hope the food and the language improve tonight. Dan learned how to cook at an early age, helping out his mum in the kitchen. He now holds regular dinner parties for his friends at his home in South Manchester. And tonight, he's hoping to bag the first prize with a menu that incorporates his passion for spices.
I shall look back on the times I've cooked these things before and have faith in the fact that they've worked out well and people have enjoyed them in the past. So I shall keep hold of that faith in my heart and hope it'll all be good, yes.
The food I think we're going to get from Dan tonight is going to be things like corn and tofu.
I think tonight we're going to be having lots of vegetables.
I think he's going to take his inspiration from India.
Spot on, Susan. For his starter, Dan will be serving a traditional Indian spicy tomato and spinach soup. And as it happens, Dan's first order of the day is to prepare his soup. He then chops one large red onion into small pieces.
I'm always surprised when somebody says they like what I've cooked, and I'm always delighted. And if you can make somebody that eats meat go, well, I've not missed meat this evening, then I think that's turned out well.
He then adds the onions to the tomatoes.
Gorgeous. I love spinach and I love tomatoes.
Love spinach, absolutely love spinach, and I love tomato soup.
What?
That now for half an hour or so. I like to leave it for a bit longer. I think it gives the spices longer to fill their flavour everywhere.
With the soup now simmering away, it's off to the local shops to get his ingredients for his main course. Dan is serving a majestic bean curry feast, served with homemade naan breads and condiments.
It just doesn't do anything for me. I think it was when my nan used to force bean salads down me and stuff when I was a kid. Not a great lover of beans, thanks, Nan.
I love all the different beans and the pulses and things, and I cook a lot with those, so I'm quite looking forward to that.
Right then, what do I need?
As Dan is serving full vegetarian fare, where better to get his veggies than the local greengrocers?
There, I like the look of that one. I'm a pussy bugger when it comes to food. You get a feeling from them, don't you? You go, oh yeah, I want to take you home.
Yeah, Dan, it's just an onion.
Very Caribbean to me, curry and beans, so I'm going to enjoy that. Definitely going to enjoy that.
That's definitely the rabbit out of the hat to make your own homemade naan.
With the food shopping done, it's time to get all fluffy. Off to buy the cushions for the dinner table, as Dan's guests will be sitting on the floor tonight. Decisions.
Are they big enough to sit on, do you think?
Yeah, but you can have a go if you want.
That'll be all right. Shall I try one out? That's
Yeah,
the
go on.
smallest one. That's all right. I'll go with them four then, I think. Please?
Good choice.
For his dessert, Dan will be serving mango and pistachio kulfi.
Kulfi?
Right, sounds good.
I don't know what a kulfi is.
The menu here is perfect for me. There's no dislikes at all. I love all what I see.
Dan, it's not a toy.
Oh, it's like revving your car, isn't it?
Dear. He then adds 2 ounces of rice flour to heated milk and adds a tub of single cream. After it's been simmering for 15 minutes, Dan mixes in 4 ounces of sugar.
Just make it nice and sweet now. There we go, sugar is added.
After leaving it to cool, he then pours in his mango pulp.
Gloopy gloop. Well, that definitely tastes of mango. Yeah, I think that'll be good. So I'll get my Tupperware container out, like so.
Dan will freeze it now for 3 hours and repeat the process for his accompanying pistachio kulfi. If you've got a taste for the exotic, why don't you visit the Channel 4 website?
Job's a good one.
With the kulfi prepared, 27-year-old Dan starts on his ambitious Indian feast, beginning with his cannellini and pinto bean curry. First, Dan grinds together some cumin, coriander, turmeric, curry powder and cayenne pepper.
It's just intoxicating, isn't it? It just makes you go, oh yeah, like it. Now, as you can see by my bountiful collection, I do love my spices, and I think they just come in so many different shapes and smells and flavours. It is very exciting. It's a very creative thing for me, making spices.
He then heats up some oil and throws in a pinch of...
I call it a saffo, and it's actually called asafoetida. It sort of smells really pungent and really quite rich, and maybe it smells a bit like manure in a way. But it's, you know, it tastes nothing like manure, but it has that pungency to it.
Oh, Dan, you're really selling it. Next to add is a pinch of cumin, mustard and fennel seeds.
Can you hear the mustard seeds now? Pop, 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 pop. Yeah, so, and then you know you're off then, once your mustard seeds start popping.
Then he adds one large chopped onion and some curry leaves. Yep, there is actually a curry tree. Once the onions have browned, Dan adds one grated clove of garlic and a couple of inches of grated ginger. He then adds his ground spices to the mix.
Now that's starting to smell like something. See, I don't know what it does to your brain, but it's like some sort of drug, I'm sure.
Next, to put in 2 peeled and chopped tomatoes.
And we'll mix all that up.
And a bit of tomato stock. Then he adds a pinch of salt, lemon juice and a 1/4 teaspoon of garam masala. Then last, but by no means least, Stuart's favourite, the beans.
Curries are often better the day after, I've found. When the spices have really just had a chance to chill and relax with each other and go, yeah, we like it here, actually.
But your guests are coming tonight. Anyway, as a frequently commissioned performance artist, will his home reflect his art?
Oh, that's better.
I think Dan's house tonight will be very bizarre. I think he'll have lots of funky, mad stuff. I think it's going to be quite a bric-a-brac store of lots of interesting things.
I stitched this together with my own hands, piece by piece, and then I perform in it. It was called The Predicament and the Bureaucracy of Movement.
Things relating to the fact he's a performing artist.
This is a projection of some leftovers from a bit of my work I've done. It's leftover gobstoppers that have been dissolved in soda water.
I think Dan is not too fussy. I think he's quite basic in his interior.
Carlos, he's a performance artist. But let's see if Dan can give the performance of his life with the food. Next to quickly prepare is his tomato, potato and coriander curry. First, Dan adds a blend of spices to his parboiled potatoes.
And that does smell absolutely wonderful now. I like that bit. Yeah, that's great.
He then heats up some oil and adds 1/2 teaspoon of both mustard and cumin seeds. Then he adds a chilli and some chopped tomatoes.
In we go. Yeah, like the noise. There's proper noise going on now. Like noise as well. I find I'm my own worst critic, really, and especially in the middle of cooking, because you have a try while you're cooking and the spices haven't gelled properly yet and it's all not ready and you sort of go, oh no, it's going to be a disaster. But it never is, really. I think I give myself a really hard time, but it pushes yourself forward, I think, and when you get there and people enjoy it, and then you can really enjoy what you've done and what you've made and what you've created. I care. I'm not worried, but I care.
All that's left to do is add the potatoes.
In we go. Yeah.
Some tomato stock and allow to simmer for ½ an hour. The coriander will be added just before serving. With only 20 minutes before his guests arrive, it's time to get cracking on his South Indian dal. Having thoroughly washed his lentils and put them on a medium heat to simmer through, Dan adds a chopped chilli and an onion. He then blends in 1/2 teaspoon of cayenne pepper and turmeric and a pinch of manure. No, sorry, asafoetida. He then adds a knob of grated ginger and a pinch of salt.
That smells pretty gorgeous to me, yes. Liking it.
But will your guests like it?
Oh, right then, best get changed because people are coming, right.
With only minutes to spare, Dan has only time to put his shirt on before Karen arrives.
I'm a little bit hot.
Followed by Carlos.
A bag of assorted beer, because I know you're a beer man.
Oh, brilliant.
Well, I need the bag back, because it's a designer bag.
Next is Stuart.
I know you, mate. All right. Good, yeah.
And last but no means least is Susan. Tonight, performance artist Dan Cumberland is cooking dinner for 4 people who will secretly mark his efforts. And at the end of the week, after they've all entertained, the highest scorer will win a £1,000 cash prize. And tonight, Dan is hoping his warm charm and exotic vegetarian menu will deliver a winning evening. And what better way to start than with a nice cup of tea, saffron tea.
Well, I thought we'd start with something a little bit mellower than beer and alcohol and things. It's very sweet and looks a bit like wheat, but I think it's a nice, relaxing way to start an evening.
And it does look like wee, you're right.
And it is lukewarm.
To be fair, after a good night out, that is exactly how mine looks.
Yeah, too much information, Stuart.
I think the saffron tea went down a treat. It's a bit different to start with, and nobody had really tried it before. That's exactly what I wanted to share, yeah, something different.
The saffron tea, yeah, not my cup of tea by any means.
Not the greatest start to the night. Has Dan already blown his chance for the cash prize? Well, as Dan musters on in the kitchen unaware, his guests take a sneak around his flat.
Quite minimal. I think we're going to be eating on the floor.
I think that's going to play havoc on my knees.
He uses this in his sex games to give it, you know, the lashings, you know what I mean? Definitely, he's a strange sex player, but he's used it so much that it's destroyed it.
Well, Karen, fancy a go?
I reckon Dan's a ninja. I reckon this is a DVD on ninjutsu, and actually, he is a lethal weapon.
I like the projection on the wall, actually. That is a project. No, it's not. Is it? No.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah.
I'm going to like everything Dan does, just in case he tries to kill me with nunchucks.
No, not quite, Stuart. It's one of Dan's arty performances. But he might just kill you if you don't like his starter. Having already added the spinach to the soup and allowed the flavours to infuse for an hour, how's our host feeling?
I think the night's really nice. I just wish it wasn't going so quick and could slow down a bit and enjoy it, because it's all a bit hectic doing all the hosting side of things.
Hectic or not, let's have your guests seated on the floor and let's get the food served.
Sitting on the floor at first was a bit tricky because my arse was sort of sliding about.
I was just glad that I was sat where I could lean against the sofa.
Well, let's hope Dan's night improves with his opener of spicy tomato and spinach soup.
Well, this is one of my favourite things, so...
Have you got black pepper?
Have you tried it yet?
Anything to eat all day, I'd be really looking.
That's not trying it.
Have some black pepper.
Yeah.
Thanks. A tin of tomato, slightly watered down with spinach added to it. And I couldn't taste any other bits and pieces, which is why I put loads of pepper on it.
I thought it was funny that Karen asked for black pepper before she'd even tried it, but that's fair enough. If that's what she wanted, then that's fine. It's not something I would do myself.
Once I add the pepper to it, it gave it a bit more body.
Didn't really like him. It was a bit bland and a bit tasteless.
Needing to make up some ground, Dan is doing some last-minute prep for his main course.
I feel good, yeah. It's lovely to have the people around. I hope maybe they find what they're looking for in the next dish.
The first thing to do is finish his South Indian dal that he started earlier in the day and which will accompany his 3 curries. First, Dan heats up some oil and adds mustard seeds, 2 chillies and 2 handfuls of curry leaves. He then adds the spices to the dal.
A little bit to go in here.
And tops off with coriander.
And that's it done.
Next, he gets his homemade naan breads out, plates his saffron rice, and then finally dishes his main. The dal first, followed by his spinach and chickpea curry, then the tomato, potato and coriander curry, and lastly, the one Stuart's dreading, the cannellini and pinto bean curry. Dan's main is a majestic bean curry feast. Enjoy, Stuart. And best open a window, eh?
Presentation.
Right,
Fabulous. I think this food is a definite winner. It's absolutely gorgeous.
Ever the gent, aren't you, Carlos?
I'm just filling my face.
And you're ever the lady.
I'm going to try the beans.
The beans is one of my favourites again.
Well?
Actually, really good.
The main I thought was good. I even ate the beans, which is to say something else.
Oh, the main course was delicious. Really what I like. Really variety of spices, a lot of variety in flavour.
I really liked the texture and I liked the flavours that were in the sort of bean curry.
To me, I was eating a whole load of side dishes. So I would have liked more than just side dishes.
With the exception of Karen, it seems that Dan's bean curry feast has gone down a treat. But something is nagging the group. That weird pipe hanging on Dan's cupboard door.
What's that all about? I'm desperate to know.
The pipe is part of my latest performance. I use it to communicate with giant balloons full of water.
OK.
How will you communicate with a giant balloon?
Well, it's sort of to do, the work's to do with the way that language maybe distorts from what we have in our head and what's received by the person that's receiving our communications.
I do not understand performance art.
You're not the only one, Karen. Let's hurry up, shall we, and get the dessert out. Or maybe not.
That is rock solid. I know what I'll do. I think I go and play them a song, keep them entertained. Well, that just warms up ever so slightly, and maybe we can serve it then.
Oh, heck, not more performance art. Let's at least hope it's cheery.
Distorted breath when there's nothing left, when bubbles have gone.
Well, thank goodness nobody invited Simon Cowell.
I thought the song was pretty morbid. I just thought it was about death.
It's about expression. He's expressing himself and expressing his feelings.
Pop idol or pop flop? Well, at least it's got Karen and Carlos talking.
I think Karen was a little bit snobbish and at first, but she seems to be mellowing out and chilling out now.
He's been friendlier tonight, actually.
With the Indian ice cream thawed, it's time for Dan to serve his final course of mango and pistachio kulfi.
Right then,
Splendid.
let's see what's happened with my dessert.
So, was the dessert the perfect ending to a chilled-out night?
Really good.
I think the pistachio is fine.
The pistachio ice cream was excellent. The mango ice cream could have done with more mango. It didn't particularly taste of anything.
I didn't like it. It was very sour for me. A bit sickly. I couldn't get into it at all.
I didn't like the ice cream because I prefer more creamy ice creams if I was to eat an ice cream.
I think the evening actually was really chilled and quite informal, and I think that's what made it really nice.
Tonight it was no bad energy, no bad vibes. It was all cool.
I feel very relaxed and very mellow, and very happy with the day's events.
Yeah, groovy, man. But what about the scores?
This evening, I give Dan a 7. He's worked really hard. The start was the only thing that I thought was mediocre. Everything else was great.
The food wasn't as adventurous as I think the other contestants have been.
I didn't really enjoy the starter too much and the dessert. So I think, in my heart of hearts, he deserved a 6.
That puts Dan on 20. He only needs a 5, but it's from Karen, and she hasn't liked anything all night.
I'm going to give the whole evening an 8 because I'm not judging it just on the food. It's the atmosphere and the level that people actually enjoyed themselves.
Great Scott, an 8! Now that is a surprise, and it leaps Dan into the lead with 28 points. This week's cooks hail from Manchester, and today's the penultimate stage of the competition. First to host was interior designer Carlos Buller. He hoped to impress his guests with a spicy Belizean meal, but instead ended up falling out with one of them.
I really need your honest opinions.
Do you want my honest opinion?
Yes.
I like
Absolutely.
the crumble, but I don't like the pineapple with it.
The clash marred the night, and Carlos scored just 24. All rivalries were forgotten on Tuesday when scatty Susan Brickle's Greek meal went up in smoke.
Oh, the bottom of the pan's burnt. Oh my God.
Her diners showed no sympathy, and Susan notched up a disastrous 19. Hostilities resumed last night when mum of two Karen Alton asked for pepper before she'd even tasted the soup served by her host Dan Cumberland.
Have you got black pepper?
Have you tried it yet?
I'm really looking forward to it.
Yeah, I'm the same. I'm digging in.
Have some black pepper.
Yeah.
But Dan still managed to leap into the lead with a hearty 28 points. So today, super confident artist Karen has plenty of ground to make up, but she's convinced she can see off her rivals.
I have a bit of nerves, but that gets the adrenaline going, which will keep me on track. And yeah, I don't see there are any particular problems.
And the competition ends tomorrow with straight-talking nightclub manager Stuart Burke, who reckons he'll go one better. Yes, let's hope his cooking's better than his cocktails. It might be the morning after, but yesterday's host Dan is still smarting about Karen's behaviour.
I actually thought Karen was really ignorant last night in the way she asked for pepper. I thought that was really not on, and it's something I didn't respect or didn't think a lot of her for.
Sadly, Carlos, who fell out with Karen on Monday, is equally unimpressed.
I see Karen has been quite awkward. You know, she doesn't really agree with you much. She tends to disagree a lot on everything you say. She always picks up on things and disagrees, you know. She's very opinionated.
But Karen thinks she's in the right and maintains that Dan's food wasn't up to scratch.
On the whole, the food wasn't as good as I expected. I expected more flavour and more texture from the ingredients I was using, but it didn't. It was spicy, but it didn't have the body I expected.
She's certain she can win over Doubting Dan and Critical Carlos with her eclectic menu tonight. She's using recipes from round the world, kicking off with a Moroccan-inspired dish, couscous-stuffed roasted peppers.
Yeah, that'll be interesting to know what the peppers are stuffed with.
Sounds very pleasant, but very ordinary for me.
Couscous, don't like couscous. I think it's horrible stuff.
Right, well, she hasn't won over many hearts with that one, but she's so eager to please her super critical diners that she's decided to splash out on expensive organic ingredients.
Oh, very nice. Love this shop. Oh, they smell lovely. Now in the shop to spend loads of money. I don't look at the prices. I mean, I like quality and stuff which is just really nice. I mean, price is irrelevant, isn't it?
Lucky Karen doesn't have to count the pennies, obviously, and she thinks her chances of winning will be boosted by adding a fish course to her menu. Cream cheese-filled lemon sole with a chili tomato sauce.
2 pieces of lemon sole. Could you fillet them for us as well?
1 fish filleted?
No, 2 fish.
2 fish filleted
Yeah.
into 4.
That's the one. Nice thick pieces, yeah.
No problem.
I don't know if I like cheese with fish, but I'm going to reserve judgment because I think I will probably like it.
So how many courses is Karen going for? I thought it was a 3-course meal.
Oh dear, that makes 3 guests. She's upset now. Fingers crossed she doesn't make it a full set. Last night, Dan cooked a curry, following Carlos's Caribbean feast on Monday, but Karen reckons she can outdo them when it comes to making spicy food. So for her main, she's also cooking curry, this time a chicken tikka with a bed of curried lentils.
Another curry. Going to be all done in on curries, I think.
It's definitely a concoction of different sort of, you know, a fusion of ideas with a bit of this and a bit of that.
I'm shocked about the curry because I didn't think she was a spicy kind of person. I think she didn't like my spicy food, so why she put curry on hers?
Get your claws out, Carlos. Back at the house, Karen's got her work cut out to win the boys over. She makes a start on the sauce for the curry. It takes 8 hours to marinate, but she's got plenty of time.
I'm actually quite an organised cook because I like everything out in its place ready to make it. And that way you don't forget ingredients.
Most of Karen's recipes are adapted from cookery books, and she's so confident in them, she never weighs anything.
The only ingredient I ever weigh is sugar because I don't like sweet stuff. I throw everything in.
She adds a chopped onion and a few cloves of garlic to oil in a heated saucepan and leaves to cook for a few minutes. In a separate bowl, she mixes yoghurt and the juice of a lemon and stirs. Karen chops the chicken breasts into small chunks.
I find chicken very versatile because it's got nice texture and it picks up the flavours of whatever you're marinating in.
She then combines spices with the cooked onion and garlic.
All I'm going to do is just add a selection of spices, paprika and cumin and turmeric, and also curry powder, no ginger.
Once the flavours have infused, Karen adds the spiced onion and garlic mix to the bowl of yoghurt and lemon and stirs.
I like the colour of the spices, so I know the chicken will look quite a good colour.
Get Mrs. Confident. She then adds the chicken and leaves to marinate.
Right, I'll finish this now so I can leave that for 8 hours.
On to the lentils.
OK, what I'm adding is the mixed lentils to make the mixed lentil curry, which is the bed for the chicken tikka.
She pours green, red and pui lentils into water and boils.
Then I just add my curry paste. Just leave this to boil, then I add coconut milk to thicken.
Blimey, Karen, if you get any more laid back, you'll be asleep. For pudding, Karen has opted for a very English dessert. Individual homemade lemon tarts.
If anybody could sum themselves up with a dessert, maybe Karen's done that very well there.
Let's hope it's done well and the pastry's nice. Yeah, sounds good. Lots of courses, though. Sounds like it's going to be a banquet.
She could have kept it quite simple and made just as much as an impression, you know. So I think it's OTT, and I think it reflects on the way she is.
Ooh, these boys really have got it in for Karen. But our ultra-relaxed host has only one thing on her mind, winning that £1,000. So her next job is the biscuit base for her dessert. She adds digestive biscuit crumbs to a knob of melted butter in a pan and stirs. She lines 5 ramekins with foil paper.
I like shapes, so I like to see the shape of the dessert, so this enables me to actually take the lemon tart actually out of the dish and present it rather than actually serving it in the ramekin.
And then scoops out the biscuit mixture into the ramekins and presses firmly down.
Done.
Easy peasy. On to the lemon tart filling. Karen cracks 3 eggs into a blender, followed by about 100 grams of sugar, and then whisks. In a separate bowl, she juices and zests some lemons.
I'm adding the juice of 3 lemons. It might be 4, depending on how juicy they are.
She combines the lemon with the egg and sugar mixture and whisks. Finally, she pours the mixture into the biscuit base ramekins and places in the oven.
I'm baking the lemons until they set.
Once they're cooked, Karen will chill them in the fridge and serve cold. That's 2 dishes down, and Karen's bid to beat Dan and Stuart to that first prize is still going precisely to plan.
Very chilled and mega relaxed. I just know I'm sorted this evening.
Blimey, she is determined to dumbfound her doubting diners. With plenty of time, she leisurely takes us round her gallery, home, and like her food, her artwork is eclectic as well. She makes a living by selling her paintings all over the world.
She paints, she's a painter. Be interesting to see how she paints.
This is a painting I painted. This one's called Blue Dreams. This is another painting I painted. This one I painted with a knife.
In terms of Karen's art, I can see that she'd be into texture.
I think Karen's art will be nice open shots of countryside, lots of flowers.
And this is called Field of Tulips.
She'd be into, I think, subtleties of colour, and I think it's probably be quite abstract.
And guess what? There's more.
So the idea is that's crashing waves with the texture.
Yes, a style to suit all. With half her cooking done, Karen still hasn't broken into a sweat. But now it's time to tackle the starter.
Now I'm going to finish off the stuffed red peppers, couscous, and the vegetables.
To a saucepan of cooked couscous, Karen adds chopped tomatoes, red and white onions, mushrooms and apricots.
The apricots give a sweetness to the dish.
She then squeezes in the juice of a lemon.
I do think what I cook, especially what I'm cooking tonight, reflects who I am. You've got, it's almost like food from different worlds. It's the variety. I think as Dan said last night, I'm a very complex person. I'm like an onion that needs to be peeled.
Our little chef, gets back to the cooking. She adds tomato puree and feta cheese and mixes together, and then tastes.
Oh. Very nice, very tasty. I can taste the lemon and the tomatoes and everything. Spot on.
Wonder if Dan and Carlos will be so convinced. Finally, on to stuffing the peppers.
If I was actually do whole peppers, a top tip would be, if you notice, it goes to one side. Anything you're going to cook is just going to drip down. So what I do is I just literally level, and you can literally just shape it without breaking the skin. So it actually just stands. What is really good is when you actually take it out of the oven, it doesn't go like that, and everything falls out, and then you're scrabbling to pull the bits back in. It is quite solid.
Nice. She then spoons in the couscous mixture and tops with slices of feta cheese and olive oil.
When this is cooked, I just squeeze a lemon juice into the olive oil, and that becomes the dressing.
Finally, she puts them in the oven for 20 minutes. She'll reheat them just before serving. With only half an hour to go, Karen's got just enough time to finish the fish. She stuffs the fillets with a gorgonzola, cream cheese and dill sauce.
They're due to arrive in 35 minutes. I've had my hair done, I've had my shower. So it's just a matter of changing my clothes.
And maybe getting excited about your evening, perhaps? Once rolled, she spoons over a simple sauce made from tomatoes, onion and chilli and sets aside for cooking later. She's finished just as the boys arrive. Foodie Stuart, curry rival Dan and designer Carlos. They're looking rather suspicious. Have they been conspiring against her? And last but no means least, Mank girl Susan.
Like that. It's all good fun, isn't it?
over already. Would you like to come through for some nibbles?
Yeah. Gets busy in the kitchen, giving her guests the chance for a snoop around her house.
Wow. Oh, we've got a picture of somebody's bum on the wall.
I've got to be honest, though, and Karen will murder me for saying this. The only thing I'd do with them figurines is put them on, you know, like a fair thing where you smash things.
I've got a fetish for big red balls. Yeah.
Got a fetish.
Oh, no, I'm getting...
Steady on, John.
And in your professional opinion, what do you think, Carlos?
I don't think anything works together like this. Are you watching the TV or watching the vase? And she's focused the vase. Yeah, but it's made it as a feature to focus and...
Yeah, the
it's
telly's taken over the vase.
It's not right. The room's not right for me. It just doesn't work for me at all.
Well, it looks like Karen is as unpopular as ever. But she wants to let her food do the talking. She reheats her starter and drizzles with lemon and olive oil dressing.
Looking pretty good.
For the first course, she serves couscous-stuffed roasted peppers.
Oh,
There we are.
they look
You're not a great lover of
gorgeous.
couscous.
I'm not a great lover of cooking.
Oh,
Very
is?
much.
I'm actually starving and these
Stand
actually
well.
look lovely.
I do like it.
Why did I get a yellow pepper, though, and you got a red pepper?
It doesn't really matter.
No, but red peppers are sweeter than yellow peppers. I'm having a pepper situation.
It's because you're not as sweet as Carlos, obviously.
No.
Yeah.
Oh.
Well, that's Sue sorted, but she still needs to win over sceptical Stu, who doesn't like couscous.
I must tell you, I'm not a great couscous fan, but you've converted me. That was lovely.
Oh, thank you very
That's
much.
2 people that have converted me this week.
Oh, I'll wait for the third one then.
Carlos, stop it.
I could have quite happily ate 3 of them starters, without a shadow of doubt.
I thought the stuffed peppers was really good. I love stuffed peppers. I love peppers anyway.
I found the couscous was a bit mushy and didn't have an awful lot of flavour or interesting textures about it.
So far, quite good in Karen's battle to silence the doubters, but there's still the tricky fish course to come. After 10 minutes in the oven, she garnishes with a sprig of salad and it's ready to serve. Cream cheese stuffed lemon sole with tomato chili sauce. And she's making an extra effort to please Veggie Dan by serving him a phyllo pastry stuffed with mixed cheeses.
Wow.
Have you been watching this?
Look at mine.
I'm
I
like,
want yours.
Yeah.
Well, actually, I've actually done an extra one.
Oh,
so...
I'm joking.
No, honestly, if you want to taste it, would you like to taste it? I'll fetch it through so you can at least have a taste.
All right, it looks fantastic.
Doesn't it good, doesn't it?
Bloody heck, this girl is really keen to scoop that prize. But it's working, as everyone wants some.
Wasn't as keen on the fish. I would have preferred Dan's, actually.
It was beautiful that she'd made me something that I thought looked a lot more exciting and a lot more special than the fish thing that everybody else was eating.
The starter was very good. Which starter? She seems to have so many. There seems to be courses among courses.
All right, Stuart, we got the message. At least Dan seems happy, and our host is feeling quietly confident.
If empty plates are to go buy anything, then they enjoy it.
Time to finish off the main course. She's skewered and grilled the chicken for 10 minutes, and now lays it on top of a bed of lentils and adds potatoes and garnishes. Karen serves chicken tikka, accompanied by lentil curry, potatoes and cucumber relish. And for curry rival Dan, instead of the chicken, she's serving grilled halloumi cheese.
For the senior gentleman, right, this is chicken tikka. Now, I've actually put chilies on yours because I thought you might appreciate the spice. So you've got the same, but you've got grilled halloumi.
Fabulous, thank you.
Now, I've actually got, I didn't make them, but they're just a mix of poppadoms, so I don't know if people might want to have some of those with the course.
Yes, please.
Thank you.
So has Karen shown Dan and Carlos how to make spicy and tasty food?
Too much going on the menu tonight for me. Very confusing. Too many variations of food.
Well, I think they were both very different lentil dishes. I think I cooked a dal, and I did like Karen's lentils. They were nice. I mean, I don't cook green lentils very often.
If I was to say who got the Indian better, I would say, if I was to be honest, I would say Dan.
A setback for Karen. It looks like Dan is leading in the curry competition, and back at the table, some things just won't lie.
I have to say, Karen, I did think it was a little bit odd the way you asked for pepper before you'd even tried my starter yesterday, and I did find that a bit sort of ignorant in the way that people that eat mayonnaise or ketchup with anything and they can't have a meal without asking for it first. I just thought that was a little bit strange, and I wondered why you did that.
I think it's probably force of habit, because if I were in a restaurant and had a tomato soup sort of thing, they'd actually come round and say, would you like black pepper with that? Or I would automatically pick,
But without even trying it first?
I just like the flavour of black pepper.
I still question whether or not that was actually an honest answer or an answer in which she thought she could get away with.
Just let it go, Dan. With only dessert to come, Karen still has her work cut out to get Dan on her side. But she unwraps the tarts and garnishes with cream and slices of kiwi fruit.
OK, now time for pudding.
She's serving her crowning glory, lemon tarts. But straight away, foodie Stuart puts the boot in.
I'd have done a different bottom to it. I think your cheesecake...
Too heavy.
Were you going to do a cheesecake? I would have done it like a... I don't know, it's a bit stodgy. The bottom of it's a bit stodgy. But apart from, the tanginess and that, the creams are very good.
Stuart's remarks only egg on Carlos, who weighs in with yet more criticism.
Do you think the dessert's too heavy because we've had so much to eat tonight and
Maybe.
we've had a lot of courses and this on top of it? You would have preferred something a lot lighter as for a dessert because it's,
Well, I would normally actually do this in a phyllo pastry, but because I'd already done a phyllo pastry.
And if that's not enough, now it's Susan's turn to have a pop.
I actually think you could have got away without the base at all and just had it.
Oh, no.
No, I think you could have.
No way.
I would have needed something.
That would have been just too much. You had to break it up.
And that's the full set. They've all had a go at Karen now. Let's hope the scores aren't so harsh.
Tonight I thought Karen scored 7 for me. I mean, 7 I thought was appropriate and right. Everything was delicious.
OK, tonight I'm going to give Karen a 5. And that's not because I didn't have a good time or enjoy the evening. It's because I felt uncomfortable for a lot of the night because it's really not my kind of scene.
I'm going to give Karen an 8.
So, Karen's won over Sue and Carlos, but Dan's not convinced. That means she still needs 9 from ultra-sceptical Stuart to take the lead.
Tonight, I give Karen a 9. I think the whole night was splendid. I enjoyed everything. About the evening, she was hospitable. The alcohol and the food was splendid. It was a great mix of a night. It was fantastic.
She's only done it! All that effort's paid off, and she nudges Dan off the top with a score of 29. It's the final day in our culinary contest in the North's largest city, Manchester. And so far, it's been a week of global feasting. On Monday, trendy interior designer Carlos Buller cooked a menu inspired by his Belizean roots, only to come to blows with Karen, who had a grumble over his crumble.
I don't like the pineapple with it. It's not my cup of tea.
Right, okay, cool. You don't look like you've enjoyed yourself this evening. You look like you've been uncomfortable to me.
But the others didn't enjoy his food either, and Carlos notched a lowly 24 points. On Tuesday, Mank through and through Susan Brickle hoped to serve up some of Greece's finest dishes.
Right, I'm really sorry about this, people. This has really been destroyed. Last night was sort of the mother of all mess-ups sort of thing.
And in total agreement, her dinner guests scored Susan a poor 19. On Wednesday, Dan Cumberland brought a taste of India to the competition with his vegetarian curry feast.
I'm not still in my face.
I think this food is a definite winner. It's absolutely gorgeous.
Dan also curried favour with the other diners and went top with a healthy 28. Last night, super confident Karen Oulton threw caution to the wind and served up dishes from all over the globe.
I think I would have been scored high, and I believe I should have been scored high.
And indeed, she was scored high. She notched up 29 points, putting her into the lead. And tonight, food is coming home, with nightclub manager Stuart Burke's inspired modern British menu.
I've only come into the competition to win it. You know, I don't like coming second.
Let's hope they don't want cocktails. Last night, Karen took a culinary risk by serving a hearty 4-course menu, and it seemed to go down well. Just.
Each of the courses was very good. She's even converted me to enjoying couscous with stuffed peppers.
I had a really good time. I had one of the best nights, actually.
But Carlos, who was still smarting from Monday night, thought differently.
There was too much going on last night, too many dishes, too many wines, totally overwhelmed. And when you're overwhelmed with so much, you lose the taste.
I believe, on the grounds of it, I actually should be winning, because I think I've performed and delivered the best.
Well, she might think she's going to win, but Stuart's convinced he can beat her.
I'm not worried about winning, that's for sure. But at the same time, I knew Karen would be the competition.
Stuart learnt to cook and juggle while watching the house chefs at the various bars and clubs he's worked in for the last 15 years. And tonight, he's confident of serving up a top-notch menu to bag the £1,000 cash prize.
It's, you know, 5-star cuisine. You can go to a Marco Pierre White, a Gordon Ramsay restaurant and see the same sort of stuff.
Yeah, but they're 5-star chefs, mate.
I don't know why. I just feel like it's going to be an Italian dish.
Something hearty and something that's got a bit of meat to it.
I'll stop you there, Dan. Aren't you a vegetarian?
Something that's got a bit of veg to it.
Thai green curry or fusion food.
Not even close. For his starter, Stuart will be dishing out pea soup with pear and lobster. And talking about lobster, that's where our man is, buying it fresh from the fishmonger.
Oh, lovely. Yeah, just as well they got the bands on, otherwise they'd be having my finger off. Actually put them on yourself?
No, not after last time.
Hey, look.
Don't give up the day job, mate.
I'm going to enjoy that because lobster's my favourite dish.
Sounds absolutely gorgeous.
City. I'm either going to go for Brian, the United fan with the red bands, or Charlie, the Man City fan with the blue bands. And seeing as I'm going to boil him, we'll keep the Man City one alive, and we'll take Brian.
Pea soup with pear and lobster. But I'll tell you what, it's not dull.
With Brian bought, ready for the final match of his life, Stuart goes shopping for his main course. He's serving pan-fried sea bass on a bed of beluga lentil ragu, accompanied by horseradish sauce.
That works for me.
He doesn't give a monkeys, he's doing what he wants to do.
No, I haven't heard of beluga lentils, so I'm actually quite curious to see what they taste like, because I like trying and tasting different foods.
Well, you haven't all week.
Make sure you keep the fillet nice and thick as chunky as possible, mate.
Stuart, what about our Dan? He doesn't eat fish.
I'm going to have egg and chips.
Sorry, Dan. Seems like Stuart might have overspent on the lobster. But you might be more impressed with the dessert, which is raspberry and peach snap topped with glazed meringue. Oh, meringue, clearly.
G-U-E.
It's meringue, Dan!
Meringue, isn't it?
Yes!
That actually sounds quite tasty. I imagine it's going to be quite a small dessert.
Sounds all right. I'm not so bothered about the desserts anyway.
With the shopping done, it's back home to start prepping exactly that, his dessert. First, Stuart chops 4 peeled peaches and cooks them on a low heat to sweat. He then adds 180 grams of sugar.
Very swooshed, very showy.
Sounds a bit different.
Stuart then scrapes out 1 vanilla pod and adds the essence to the peaches.
You can really see when you run your spoon along the peaches that are in there, you can see the juice sort of come out of them. You can see where they're just soft on the outside, juice is just coming to the top. That's when you know they're sort of ready.
Then the raspberries are added just for a couple of minutes.
That's almost ready now.
Once sweated, Stuart carefully spoons the fruit base into individual ramekins. He'll prepare the meringue top later.
Yeah, does that look great or what?
Yes, but does it taste great? If you want to have great-looking food, why don't you visit the Channel 4 website for all of Stuart's recipes? Next to prepare is his pea soup with pear and lobster.
Good, we'll put the celery in.
First, Stuart sweats an assortment of vegetables in butter, celery, leeks and onions.
It's stuff that I've seen at Michelin-star restaurants and 5-star hotels. It's usually cooked by 5-star chefs and Michelin-star chefs, so it's, we'll see.
Starting to lose confidence, are we? Next to add are the peas, half a bag.
It's really important that you use frozen peas and don't use fresh peas because it's the way that they're frozen down that keeps all of their flavour. So you might pick up fresh peas and they might be on the point of turning and they won't give you anything that you need.
Thank you, Captain Birdseye. Stuart then pours in a healthy splash of white wine and after 10 minutes he adds a carton of chicken stock. And while that reduces, it's time to prepare Brian, the lobster. After freezing him for 2 hours, so as to render him unconscious, the lobster was put in the pot for 12 minutes. Cooked and ready, it's time to get cracking.
Blimey. That is pretty perfect. So all that work for that, but that's all we want.
Stuart then arranges the diced lobster meat and some chopped pears for his soup base in bowls for later. Now that the pea soup has reduced, Stuart blends the mix. Then he begins the laborious task of sieving it through.
This really does take a bit of time as well. Under pressure. Sweet. Absolutely beautiful. Really good. Last few drops. Look at that. All I'm going to do now is leave this on the stove, warm it through and literally just warm it. Doesn't need to be piping hot. And that's going to go over the top of the pear and the lobster. Pea, pear and lobster soup. Happy days.
With the soup and dessert prepped and ready, Stuart doesn't need much of an excuse to show us the house where he lives with his partner and 3 young children who are very good at pool.
I love my gadgets. It's lots of buttons, remote control to set all the lights and do all of that. There's 57 lights in the room.
How many?
All the ceiling lights, all the neons around the arch, and of course my floor lights.
A lot of his house is going to be his wife's personal taste rather than his.
Sleek sort of leather sofa, nightclubby of Peel.
And that's the biggest couch in Manchester.
Does that make you the city's biggest couch potato?
This is a luxury pad, and if I was a single man, I'm sure it would be a real studs pad, but I'm not. I've got a missus and 3 kids. So this is the boys' room. Not much of a minimalistic room, but what do you do with 2 young boys? This is Louis, my chameleon. Say hello.
Hello.
Say hello.
I'm saying it.
Low-maintenance pets, that's what I like. Wish I had low-maintenance kids.
Next, Stuart starts the beluga lentil ragu, which will accompany the fish.
Beluga lentils are really difficult to get hold of. They're only grown in France and America. Quite small compared to other lentils. They're really, really tasty.
Well, no expense spared. First thing to do is pour on some chicken stock, 2 packets. And after they've simmered for 20 minutes, he adds the zest from 1 orange and 1 chopped butternut squash. Stuart allows his ragu to simmer for 20 minutes. He'll reheat it whilst the sea bass is cooking later.
The lentils have soaked up all of the flavours. The butternut squash is all ready to go. It's nice and soft, and if you smell it, Smell-o-vision, it would be, it's really orangey. You can really smell that orange zest, and it's great. So, and they look great. I don't know whether you noticed last night, Karen's were really green, quite a mush, looked like almost mushy peas.
But you're serving mushy peas in a soup, so don't get cocky, Stuart.
OK.
Next job is the meringue topping for his dessert, but he'll have to be quick, as his guests will be here in 20 minutes. First, Stuart simply cracks 4 eggs, and after separating the whites, whisks to aerate them.
Be quite rough with them. That's how you break them up. Get plenty of bubbles. If you get bubbles, that's good. That means air's going in there.
He then adds 180 grams of sugar and whisks again. And whisks again. 10 minutes, mate.
How much meringue does one man need?
5 minutes. Why don't you use a blender?
Still, it's more fun like this. You get it everywhere. And...
Is it?
You see my belly wobbling? You want to get them to a consistency of when you bring your sieve up through the middle, the stalactites stay there. It's tights up, isn't it? Mites down. Or is it tights down? Tights down, mites up. So it's probably a... don't know how I remember that one. Jamie Oliver, eat your heart out. Can you see that? Gingerbread men. Can't go wrong.
He then breaks the pieces over his fruit base to create his dessert snap.
Quite large pieces.
And then tops with the meringue. Come on, 2 minutes left, Stuart. If you want to host the pants off your guests tonight, you'd better put some clean ones on.
That's it. I'm sure there will be many women out there now looking at me thinking that's a whole lot of man to go around. Well, ladies, you're right.
Yeah.
Beautiful.
He's just ready as Dan arrives.
Dan, man! How you doing, buddy?
Next comes Karen.
Hello, you.
Then it's Carlos. And finally, Susan.
Oh, here she is.
How you darling?
Tonight, Stuart Burke is cooking dinner for 4 people who will secretly mark his efforts. They've entertained already, and at the end of the evening, the host with the highest score will win a £1,000 cash prize. Artist Karen Alton is currently in the lead, although she doesn't know it, but ever confident of winning, she'll be looking for slip-ups, so Stuart best be on the ball tonight. And what better way for our nightclub manager to get the night started? You guessed it, cocktails.
Cherries.
Oh my God, cocktails. Oh, I'm a party-esque girl. I did the cocktail garb tonight.
Vodka, blue balls, give it a shake.
Breakfast at Tiffany's. Audrey Hepburn, glamour.
And then there's you.
Oh, yes!
Well, Stuart couldn't have had a better start with his blue neon cocktail.
Yes!
And I'll have one of what she's had. While Stuart prepares his dinner, his guests take a look round his house.
Oh, I love this.
Very bachelor, you wouldn't think this was a family room to me. No, I don't see kids in this room at all.
Well, you should look downstairs, Carlos.
Oh, I used to like My Little Pony look.
I'd keep that to yourself, Dan.
I chopped the hair off my barber because it was better hair than mine.
I'd definitely keep that to yourself, Susan.
Yeah, boys' room.
Children. I see a lot of children stuff in here.
Oh, never.
Oh, yes, we knew.
Did your mum not teach you? Don't jump on the couch.
See?
Kids!
Do you think there's something in here?
Yeah, definitely. Is it a gerbil?
Right, guys, come on, we're ready.
With his guests seated and ready, Stuart quickly has to put the finishing touches to Dan's walnut and blue Stilton salad starter.
Bit of olive oil. It's a little bit light, it's a little bit fresh. He loves cheese, so I think I'm on a winner there.
Then he has to reheat the soup for the meat eaters.
It's great.
But will they appreciate it?
Yeah.
For his starter, Stuart will be serving pea soup with pear and lobster.
Ladies first. There we are, man.
Thank you. No, it's very sophisticated.
Oh, no pepper tonight, Karen?
I thought there would have been more.
It's quite contemporary and it's quite interesting, quite daring with your food, and you don't mind going for something a bit different. And
Contemporary, daring,
yeah,
interesting.
Yeah, absolutely.
I love all of that, mate.
Yeah.
I bet you do.
The starter was just subliminal. It was amazing.
I will definitely use the recipe, especially when I'm having my next dinner party.
I'm still hungry.
Hopefully Dan's vegetarian main course will fill him up. Let's get the egg and chips on.
Look at those babies.
Stuart then seasons his sea bass fillets, which will be laid on the bed of beluga lentils he prepared earlier.
Pushy shaky. Look at those kiddies. Percy pepper, Susie salt.
Meet silly Stuart.
God, turned into Ainsley Harriet. What's that all about?
We don't know. He then pan-fries the fillets for 15 minutes, whilst he exquisitely plates up his beluga lentil base.
The food presentation is absolutely important. It's everything.
He then finishes off his horseradish sauce, which is a blend of shallots, horseradish paste, cream and white wine.
I'm just using the froth off the top. That's all you need, just to flavour it. And believe it or not, horseradish doesn't just go with beef, it goes splendidly with fish.
Well, let's get it served and find out.
For the ladies.
For his main course, Stuart is dishing out pan-fried fillet of sea bass on a bed of beluga lentils, accompanied by horseradish sauce.
I would never have put the lentils with the fish, but it really works.
It's gorgeous sea bass. I love it.
And what about Dan?
Stuart served me egg tonight, and it's probably the first time in about 7 years that I've actually ate egg.
I hope you enjoy it.
I didn't like it.
The reason I did it for you, it's mine and my mum's favourite meal.
Well, it might be your mum's favourite, but it's definitely not Dan's. He's going to need to rely on the meat eaters.
Sea bass, love it. Absolutely adore it.
It needed either a salad garnish or something else to give something else to the dish.
Is that all you can complain about?
Absolutely wonderful. Very light, very gorgeous.
Well, mixed reviews, but how better to finish the meal than with a nice end-of-the-week chat?
Karen, I must honestly say, I thought you were awkward and very particular at first and, you know, a bit opinionated. Even though in the first night of meeting you, I thought, oof.
You made me feel entirely uncomfortable the entire evening. You got completely confrontational and you actually upset me that evening.
Banana and pineapple crumble, it was a bit different. I wanted to go for something a bit different, you know, and you were...
It seems that Carlos is still finding Monday's grumble about his crumble hard to swallow.
I don't know what's happened, I don't know. It's just, you know, Carlos, it was the first night, I think, and I don't know, I'm not sure, but, you know, it's not good. She's in a bad way, you know, she's crying and stuff.
I know what you mean.
Carlos is a good guy. He just, you know, he gets his bee in his bonnet about, you know.
She's a snob, man. She's a snob.
It's not me.
Just go back in and
You live reality, you know.
it's not gone at all. Go back in there and be brassy.
Completely.
Oh, it's a tough job hosting this lot.
Don't say I didn't try.
I think I touched a nerve, but I was speaking the truth and speaking from my heart.
What Carla said didn't actually hurt me. It's the fact it was the confrontation situation that actually upset me.
That girl come back tonight and she took it on the chin.
It was a load of nonsense this evening. Karen got upset. She went off crying. It was a shame for her, I thought. But at the end of the day, it was all good fun, really. It made me laugh.
Karen and Carlos were having a conversation on the sofa, which needed to be done, you know. I'm just sorry it's had to happen tonight. Let's do this.
At last, the crumble trouble is over. But will it leave a bitter taste when it comes to the scoring later? Best bring out the dessert, which has been baking for 5 minutes.
Look at that. Does that look good or what?
For his pudding, Stuart is serving raspberry and peach snap, topped with glazed meringue.
Guys, enjoy. It's the last course of 5 hectic days of lots of courses, and I just hope you enjoy it.
This is beautiful.
It's a really good meringue, actually. It's not too crispy and it's not too sickly.
Well, I'm glad you like something, Karen. But what about our Dan?
No, thank you very much. It's a bit eggy, if you don't mind me saying so.
The fruit inside was just a bit too mushy and didn't have any outstanding flavour in it.
Oh, you're just being churlish now.
He is the Don Corleone of the food scenario, the Frank Sinatra of the fruit and fusion. He is the funky feister of the food.
Watch out, Stuart. I think she's sweet on you.
We could do any better.
Well, it's good that the dessert has cooled off our group, as they have some serious thinking to do. How to score Stuart's evening.
Tonight, I'm going to definitely 100% say from my heart, Stuart deserved an 8.
I am going to give Stuart a rip-roaring, rocketing 9.
And what about our egg fan?
He's got the big 8. He's got the big round 8. He's a really good host.
That gives Stuart 25. He now only needs 5 from, of all people, Karen, to beat her to the £1,000 prize.
Tonight I'm actually going to give Stuart an 8 tonight. And the reason being that, yes, the food was good, but there wasn't enough of it, and I'm actually still very hungry.
8! Wowzer! So Stuart scores a very impressive 33, making him Manchester's finest Come Diner. But he doesn't know it yet.
There it is. It's all there. That's it there. The person in 5th place is Susan. In 4th place is Carlos. In 3rd place is Dan.
Hey!
2nd place is Karen. So that means 1st place is me. Woo-hoo-hoo!
But just before we say goodbye, a word from the wise.
You get along with different people, a bit like dolly mixtures. Some you like, some you don't. You have a bit of lommy in the gob all together, and you get this sort of juice, and it sort of happens, and then you actually find that you don't have a bitter taste in your mouth. I would say that we rocked.
Yeah, you said it, Sue.
If I was going to lose, I'd like to lose against somebody like Stuart.
You did, Karen.
I can honestly say the best man won.
Somebody's cooked me chips and they've won. I can't believe it.
What? You can't believe it?
Pretty overwhelmed, absolutely pleased. Yeah, I'm honestly absolutely overwhelmed. Everyone has been absolutely fantastic. I've had a
कर ली है ओ मेरो छोड़ तेरा माया आसमानी बदल आयो मंजूर को खत आयो मैं सीने संग लायो है मंजूर को खत आयो मंजूर को खत आयो मैं सीने संग लायो है लांगो तेरी है तेरो कसूर कोई खोटी किस्मत मेरी है तेरो कसूर कोई तेरो कसूर कोई खोटी किस्मत मेरी है तेरो कसूर कोई तेरा कसूर कोई खोटी किस्मत मेरी है आसमानी लख तारा खातिर तेरी माया बड़े दुश्मन जग सारा खातिर तेरी माया तेरी माया बड़े दुश्मन लोग सारे आसमानी काग बोले बेलो बेलो माया मेरा प्यार ना क्यों तोले बेलो बेलो